Welcome to the nextTalk podcast. We are a nonprofit passionate about keeping kids safe online. We're learning together how to navigate tech, culture, and faith with our kids.
Hi, I have a really important question that I've been struggling with for many months. I have a child that can read books faster than you can imagine. I mean, she is reading 4 to 5 books a week, and I cannot keep up with if the content is okay for our family and for our beliefs. Can you help me with that?
Well, wow, you've got a reader, which is amazing. That's really good. But I do see your problem. Okay, so I would recommend 2 things. One is use technology for good right now. Google the book. Also, Plugged In is a great resource. I was just on their podcast, but they actually have a book section and you can put the title in and it'll give you like these many cuss words. This is the sexual content, and it'll just give you an overview of the book. But if you can't find it there, Google it. You can easily get Cliff Notes or watch a YouTube video about that. So one is technology. Use that so you can do some research on the books that your child is reading. The second thing is, this is the reason why open communication is so important. This is why it's the solution to keeping our kids safe on screens or off. We want our kids reporting things to us. So this is where your red flag alerts are going to be so important. And if you don't know what that is, it is something that I created when my own kids were little, and they would be reading books just like your kid is, but I would miss sexual content or whatever because I couldn't keep up and read all the books with them. And the red flag alerts basically is just a list. These are the things I want you to tell me about. So for example, there's a new word in your book and you don't know what it is. A red flag alert should go off in your brain to come home and ask me, okay? The other thing, one of the points on the red flag alert is dating, marriage, kissing. So it doesn't matter what kind of marriage or kissing is happening in that book. A red flag alert should go off in your kid's brain to say, hey, I need to tell mom or dad about this. When my kids were young and I was developing this list, my kid would bring me a page and say, okay, we've got a makeout session going in my book. And I would read that section and I would say, okay, tell me about these characters, what's happened so far, and that kind of thing, so that I could kind of gauge what was happening. But it was creating dialogue about these characters that my kids were loving, but it was also having them report this content that I may not be okay with as a parent. And so that was the way that we kind of managed this when my kids were little. Does that help at all?
So if my kid's reading their book and something comes up that is new to them, or a new phrase or a new word, immediately, like, they should come and talk to me about it? Or how does that look?
Well, and you can tell your kids, ideally, if you're available, yes. But say you're working and they're having book time or you're not there, it's just a note. The next time I see mom or dad, I need to ask about this because they may be reading it at school. They may be reading it at a friend's house and that sort of thing. So it's just the next time you see me, these are the things that I need to tell you. Same thing with like dating, marriage, kissing, right? Say they're playing an app, and this actually caught it when my kids were smaller. And one of our friends was playing a 4+ app, and teddy bears could get married. And on this app, 3 women teddy bears got married. And so, this little kid was playing this at a house, and the next time she saw her mom, she said, hey, dating, marriage, kissing, this happened. And then her mom was able to have a conversation around that content that she saw on that 4+ app. But this could happen in a book too. So this applies on screens or in books, movies, all sorts of things that our kids are going to be exposed to.
Can you remind me where I can find that information?
Yeah, it's on our website, and you can search red flag and it'll pop up, and you enter your email and then it sends you the PDF. It's free of charge. We're a nonprofit, so we have donors and grants that support our free resources, but you can get that free emailed to your inbox. Page 1 is for you and your kids. It can hang on your fridge. It's the actual list. Pages 2 and 3 are for parents only. So there's some talking points on why we implement them, and then some podcasts that are really helpful as you have these conversations with your kids.
This is great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks for calling in, and that's such a great question.
nextTalk is a 501c3 nonprofit keeping kids safe online. To support our work, make a donation at nexttalk.org. nextTalk resources are not intended to replace the advice of a trained healthcare or legal professional, or to diagnose, treat, or otherwise render expert advice regarding any type of medical, psychological, legal, financial, or other problem. You are advised to consult a qualified expert for your personal treatment plan.
Our Next Talk podcast is in the top 2% of over 3.4 million podcasts ranked by Listen Notes. But now we're also adding YouTube. So this is a whole new thing we're doing. If you could like, subscribe, and comment on these videos, it would help us so much. We appreciate y'all.